And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. First play from scrimmage, Stafford.
And incomplete to open things up.
Well, the Rams and Seahawks doing battle here. Of course, the NFL has targeted a handful of rivalries to really highlight this season. This is one of them, and with good reason. In recent history, both teams have had innovative offenses and hard-hitting defenses. You think about Russell Wilson and all he was able to accomplish under Pete Carroll. The same with Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay. And you throw in the 49ers and the Cardinals, and it's easy to see why this has been one of the best divisions in football the last decade plus.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete.
Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, on the opening drive, he was looking for a big chunk play. Unfortunately, that time, the secondary was ready for it. Charles picked it off. Not only that, they take it the other way for points.
Homework, preparation, research, it all comes back to that, BJ. Scouting your opponent, not just the players, but the coaches too, and seeing what they call to begin a game, find out their tendencies. They recognize that early deep ball was part of their opposing game plan, and they weren't caught off guard when it showed up.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Now Stafford. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
And he's missed now his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw, Stafford.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
You talk about this Seahawk defense.
They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And stopping the run That's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Throwing again is Stafford. That is caught. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. After the interception, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. For these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visiting Seahawks who were victorious in that one. So they now look for the sweep here back home in Seattle. Now it's Darnold. Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. Now inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Zach Charbonnet with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Out of the gun, Stafford. And Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You talk about this Rams defense.
They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better, because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
Here's Charbonnet once again.
And some nice running, going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams' 43-yard line.
65 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
Darnold. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now Darnold. And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off.
Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Corum now on 1st and 10.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Short throw, it's Higbee. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Throwing is Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Here now a 3rd and 20.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Back to throw, Darnold. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Down the sideline he goes. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The Seahawks had 8 and 6 now on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late, winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to him, we're on a nice run.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Here's Darnold. Outright to Smith-Njigba. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 yards for number 11. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
There you go, son.
Darnold now to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, maybe that's the spark that they needed here, Charles. Trailing, but a big block. We'll see if that swings the momentum a bit.
You mentioned the word spark. I'm just wondering, as they went off the field and the offense was coming out, did one of those special teams members say, hey, obviously we haven't given up on this one. We've given you a little bit of a spark. What are you going to do with it?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do...
And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, and even a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Boye Mafe in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ethan Evans on now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be hit as he releases it And that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Back to throw now on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
Out quickly here to Smith-Njigba. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. To the air again, Darnold. Going right back to Smith-Njigba. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
To throw again on 2nd down, Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Again, he'll drop to throw. On the slant, here's Smith-Njigba. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He finds Smith-Njigba in the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Seahawks take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Ernest Jones, the linebacker, with a sack. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Stafford. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
The final shot before the break. Stafford. And he can't escape, and down he goes. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. Room here to run. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one, as he just did there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now it's Darnold. Smith and Jigba with the grab. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Rams are going to get the football back at their own 17. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Stafford now to throw.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone. They throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
Trying the left side with Walker.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
And going right back to Walker.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Here's 3rd and 6.
And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
And the
pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now it's Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. Stafford going to give this one to Corum. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
He's got Higbee complete right side. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. Up the middle, here's Corum. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Here's Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. Stafford to Higbee there. Rams first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he comes back with one complete. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Tyler Higbee from 6 yards away. And the Rams are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have.
Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
20! Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Seahawks are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing is Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. Down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Here's Stafford. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Stafford. This one is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
2nd and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. Back to throw, Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Ernest Jones able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
And Donald going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now Stafford. Looking deep downfield.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
104 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The Rams' 46-yard line.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Now here's Michael Dixon, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. To throw on 2nd and 10. Stafford. And it's complete to Adams. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was